Good morning, my wonderful YouTube viewers. For this video, you will be watching my very first acrylic pour. I'm going to light some bay leaves. They help clear the air, that's all I do. And they do extinguish quickly. Always use a fireproof dish. So I've mixed up all the colors. And I have a few over here that I'm just going to check. Now these are bamboo heart skewers, but I found these at the restaurant store. The paint is a little thick. What I'm trying to do today is get the right consistency. I will use some rubbing alcohol. This is 91%. Does have obviously a little bit of water, so I'm just going to add a splash of alcohol. And of course, let me get this in view. I'm mixing. I have my table covered with freezer paper, and this is a marble turntable that I've leveled, and it is covered with Glad Press and Seal, which I showed in my other video. Another splash of rubbing alcohol for the lighter orange. That's actually pretty good. Actually, I just got these skewers. I really like them for mixing. I'm going to get the next color. This I mixed a few days ago. Yeah, I think it's just a little thick, so we're just going to add like a splash of rubbing alcohol. Try to do that in view. I don't know about that one. Let's see, we'll go to the next color. These cups were too big, as I mentioned, so I did get some 4-ounce cups. The cups I bought off of Amazon, but the lids I found at the restaurant store, which is near my home. I'm a lucky girl. I have restaurant store, I have dollar stores, I have supermarkets. I live in a big city. So I've got a lot of choices. I label my paper cup oil on both sides. You always need to label your bottles. You're not going to remember what's in there. Well, I wouldn't. Maybe you will. So label your oil and anything else. Obviously, this is the paint I'm using. This is a kind of a, it's not even off-white, I'm not sure the color, but I bought it at Sherwin-Williams, which is near my house also. So I'm going to add a little bit of splash of alcohol. These I mixed with, just going to give it a stir before I actually do the pour. It's always a good idea to check. It's a little bit thick. Again, splash of alcohol. Take another bamboo skewer. Give it a stir. And the last color is this yellowy color. I made up a word. Let me just stir it again with my bamboo skewer. Alright, this actually looks thinner, so I'm not going to put any alcohol. Alright, so the plan is now I will pour everything into this, which that is just a prescription bottle that I pulled out of someone's recycling. I do clean everything, of course. So here are the bamboo. It says Heart Bamboo Picks, and they are really cool. I'm going to reuse them. I will wash them. I have my oil, my paints. I leveled everything. I'm wearing safety glasses because you never know if something's going to splash in your eye. Now I have this little thing. It's a KitchenAid hand saver or whatever it's called, and it's stainless steel, and you run this under water and you kind of use it like soap, and it's supposed to take off the odors from your hands of, say, garlic or onions. But today I'm going to use it just to spread the paint. Now in this white, I didn't add anything, so I'm just going to add some of this to each of the corners a little bit, like a glob. I know it's thick. I just want to get the corners covered a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to put the lid back on. This again is Sherwin-Williams, and I'll bring up the can so you can see. I bought this entire gallon. Alright, it's Sherwin-Williams Cashmere, Smooth Application and Silky Finish, Paint and Primer in one. Alright, there we go. That's what the can, I bought it for $10. It's one of those colors that someone, I guess, purchased and they didn't want it. So what I'm going to do is start now, and I wanted to show you this little device that I got. It's a silicone, it says hot iron holster, and it fits on the end of your table. It's got the flap. The flap goes to the top of the table or your surface, and it holds your hot iron. And actually, I don't know if it's working today, but anyway, let's get started with this. That's going to hold my torches. They're actually lighters, and you do have to clean these off, so I'm just going to put it over here for right now. Alright, so let me get everything. I've already come to the conclusion that you can't be a neat freak if you're going to do this art, because it is messy. So I'm going to take my KitchenAid thingy, and I'm just going to smooth out some of the paints. Now underneath here, I just wanted to show you, I have paper cups. Now I did get this technique from another YouTuber who is an acrylic artist. I don't think she does pouring, but you can add cups on top of here. I think this one I have 2 cups, and that helps to level it. So you just keep adding cups if you need, you know, a little more. Alright, so let's get started. I'm going to start and add some of this color. Then we're going to try to avoid mud. Not that I mind mud, but let's try to just get it. So we're going to put some of this on. I'm just really dipping it right into the cup. I mean, pouring it right into the cup. So we have blue. Now we're going to add the green. And you can leave comments below if you want to tell me something maybe I'm doing wrong. That's fine. You know, if you have any tips. Here's some yellow. Let's add the brighter orange. Now these are colors that Mike chose. You'll see my other video. I added this lighter orange just because I like orange and I wanted to get a lighter color. Now again, I might go back to a little bit more of the yellow. Let's add the blue. Now let's add the green. Okay, let's add the blue. Alright, and now I'm adding the burgundy on top. I don't know if I have enough paint. I think I used the resin calculator from Resin Obsession, and it allows you to enter your dimensions in centimeters or inches, and then it calculates. Now the height, I put 0.125, like 1/8 of an inch, just because it's not very high. We're not trying to dome anything, but so I use that, and it said 5 ounces of paint. This container is about 5 ounces. So here's my bamboo skewer. I'm going to dip it in this oil. It's another kind of oil. It's not silicone, but I'll tell you about that in the next video. And I'm just going to take this and just dip it straight in and then come up. I'm going to put the lid back onto the oil. Now today I did use gloves on both hands. I normally just use glove on one. I feel like this makes my hands really hot. All right, so I asked Mike, I said, do you want me to just flip the container, or do you want me to put the the canvas on top? And he said canvas on top. So we're going to flip it. Oh yes, and I let it all come out, but that's okay. So I'm just going to let some of the paint run out. Ooh, I really like it. Let some of the paint run out. Sing happy birthday. Let it wait before I tilt or do anything with this. I'm going to get my torch. So this is a cool thing. This came in a set of 3. This lighter was 1. It's a flexible. Now you can buy these as a refillable. And I like this. It's more like a torch than a lighter. So we have this lighter. Whoops, let me see. Maybe this wasn't the one. But anyway, okay, sorry. That's the regular lighter. This one, let me put it up, turn it on. You have to know how to use your devices, right? All right, let me see if I can get this. Oh, it is on. Okay, I couldn't see it. But when it comes out, I don't know if you can see that, it's more like a torch. So I'm just going to heat up and pop. That's it. I'm just going to pop some of those bubbles. Another thing you can do is you can tap, 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 tap on the side. And that's a baking technique. I also saw on, not House Hunters, the other show, the remodeling show, when he poured the concrete on the countertop, he tapped it. I'm like, that's a baking technique. People that bake know that. Yeah, we borrow from each other. And this is sort of like baking, right? I mean, you have to measure. All right, so here we are. I let the colors sit. Just going to let them sit. I just get the feeling that it should just sit for a while, you know? So I'm going to take it one more time and just torch it real quick. And this is on. It's very soft. You can't. All right, so I can see the bubbles popping. See if anything comes up. Just go slowly over. I don't want to catch anything, of course, on fire. That's another thing. You might want to keep a fire extinguisher close by. All right, let's do this. I go over, I come back. Go over, come back. Go over, back to the middle. Of course, this is the first time. It's so different than watching people and then trying it yourself. Oh my gosh. All right, so what do I like about this? I'm losing a lot of the purple. So let's come down here. You know, I'm going to set this down a minute, and I'm just going to move. This is kind of thick, so I'm going to take this off. All right, and this too. I'm going to take some of this off. Let's go up here a little bit. Ooh. Come down a little bit. Maybe go this way, let some of that pour off. I like this. No, I'm going to turn it this way because I actually feel more comfortable when I go. Alright, so I'm not sure what exactly I want to do. I'm going to tip some of this off. Unfortunately, I am losing a lot of the purple, but I can. I don't really like the purple anyway, or whatever color, maroonish. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm going to take some of this and get the sides. Slit that, and then over here a little bit. You just look at over here a little bit. And we need to, I think I'm going to take this just because it's here. Actually, I might take the bamboo skewer. No, that's not going to work. Let me get one of my pour spoons. Not pour spoon, my mixing spoon. So this is just a silicone. I'm going to take up some of the paint, I guess. I don't know. I don't think this is working. Maybe I'll take, you know what, the back of the spoon would work. All right.